Previously on The Murder Game, the 7 remaining amateur investigators attempted to solve the fictional murder of Catherine Pryor and win the £25,000 reward.
Earth to earth, ashes to ashes.
The killer they're trying to find is one of 7 suspects in the case. All these characters are fictional and played by actors.
Oh Christ, there's a baby, a dead baby.
The investigators uncovered more important clues, and one more was eliminated by the killer. Mervyn was the latest victim.
It was absolutely horrendous.
Now just 6 investigators remain.
I can't believe Andrew came back last
Oh, I know. I can't help being glad for the sake of the group, though.
Oh, yeah.
I think the atmosphere would have been horrendous.
If I didn't get to sleep till 5 o'clock this morning, not because I was dreaming about it, because I was actually thinking about it, and then in the future I have nightmares about it. How many you don't know? Well, it's not worth it.
I think that last Killer's Game he did really knocked the stuffing out of him. He said that it was just almost, it was too much.
At the moment, I'm tired, sad, depressed, and homesick.
Real-life detective Bob Taylor runs the morning briefings,
Good morning, everybody.
where the group find out who Mervyn nominated as the next lead investigator.
I will choose Rory to be the next lead investigator because I believe he will blossom in the role.
Mervyn's final act, almost a joke sort of thing, was he put Rory in charge, which was completely stupid. I just don't think Rory deserves that position, and I'm quite fearful that I'm going to be playing the Killer's Game tomorrow night because Rory is just going to go for personal vote. He won't vote for Mel, he won't vote for Andy. Nick's doing a reasonable job, and I don't think Rory will go for Merrill.
Right, let's look at the recent evidence. Andrew returned from the Killer's Game with a killer clue. It's the necklace we think that Catherine Pryor was wearing on the day of her murder. Has anybody seen anything like this before?
Yes, Merrill and I have in the Wilmington household on a portrait of Alice Wilmington.
Why would the killer take this and return it? Merrill?
If it's so valuable, is he trying to prove that he hasn't done the murder for money?
That's a good thought. The other major development in this case was the discovery by Andrew and Mervyn of the long-dead infants at Creeksea. We have news from the pathologist.
The examination of the dead child revealed it to be a newborn baby, the appearance of which suggests that the baby was full term, and I would say that this baby has been dead for many, many years.
Andrew?
Yes, Chief.
Whose baby do you think it is?
Well, it's Alice's room, Chief. That's Felicity's mother. It could even be Felicity's baby.
There's some dark secret there that we've got to try and find out, I think.
Do you think it is the secret that Catherine uncovered at Creeksea Place?
I mean, it has crossed our minds that Catherine somehow, somewhere along the line, is going to be a descendant of the Wilmingtons, because she was looking into the genealogy of the Wilmingtons and the history of the house. So that would change her life forever. Well, it did. She was killed for it.
Right, Team 1 will follow this line of inquiry. I want 3 of you to interview the Wilmingtons. Find out what they can tell you about the dead baby. Who else should you be talking to?
Trevor Doby.
DNA evidence proves that Trevor Doby is Anya's genetic father. Trevor claims not to have known this. Tina Wells has also told the investigators Catherine was being threatened by Anya's father.
It just seems a bit of a coincidence that she was frightened of whoever the father was, and now she's been murdered.
Team 2, we know that Trevor is Anya's father. You need to confront him with this information that he was threatening Catherine.
As lead investigator, Rory picks the teams. For Team 1, he chooses Richard, Mel and Merrill. They will interview the Wilmingtons about the dead baby. Team 2 are Andrew and Nick. They must confront Trevor Doby about threatening Catherine.
Remember, suspect everyone, trust no one.
The people that are left in the house now fit, I think, 3 categories. You've got the intelligent team, the middle-of-the-road team, and then the people that don't give a bugger team. In the intelligent team, we have Meryl, who's very bright and very logical. And we've got Richard, who's very army, very domineering and very bossy. And then at the other end of the scale, you've got Rory, who doesn't care if he gets nominated for the Killer's Game. And then the other one is Andrew. The way he feels about being in the house, I'm never quite sure. Sometimes I think he's had enough and wants to just call it a day. But he is very into the story, and he's got a very good overview of the whole thing.
As Andrew mulls over the case, Team 1 sets off on their first line of inquiry.
Good morning.
Richard, Meryl and Mel have to question the Wilmingtons about the dead baby. As Creeksea is now a crime scene, the Wilmington family has been moved into a local hotel.
I don't understand why the whole house is out of bounds, as it were.
Well, it's all sealed off, I don't know.
Jennifer and Tony are downstairs in the lounge, while Jay tries to comfort his agoraphobic aunt upstairs.
There they are. There they are.
Did you see them?
Tony Wilmington, I did see. Hello, Mrs. Wilmington.
Oh, hello. Have a seat. Have a seat.
Thank
Hello.
you very much.
Hello.
As you know, 2 of our special investigators went into your property. They found the skeleton of a baby.
What?
Mel blew it today when she walked in, and the first opening line to the Wilmingtons was, "Do you know that there's a dead baby in your attic?" And I'd quite clearly stated beforehand that we should not state that as the first question.
What do you mean a baby in that? No. I mean, this is a nightmare.
Hello?
Meanwhile at the vicarage, Tina Wells hears a noise at the front door.
Hello? Oh my God.
Hello, incident room, Roy speaking.
Hi, it's Tina Wells here at the vicarage.
Yeah, how you doing, Tina?
Hi, I'm okay. Can you come over here, please? Because we've actually had a break-in at our house.
Okay.
And they've made a right mess here.
That's no problem. I'll send some of the investigators over straight away.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, bye.
Bye.
Did you hear that?
There's something about a break-in.
Tina Wells's house.
She's had a what?
Mm.
A break-in?
Mm-hmm.
They keep me moving today, I won't die.
Before Team 2 can tackle their main line of inquiry, they're diverted to the break-in at the vicarage. In addition to the break-in, Tina has still been receiving nuisance phone calls.
Hi, thanks for coming. Come in.
Straight through here.
Thanks very much.
Look at what they've done to our house.
Go straight through, Jess. You didn't hear anything, did you, darling? It was just...
No, until we suddenly heard something banging, and that's when I came down and I left Roger upstairs because he's not very well. And I came in and I looked up and I saw that. I mean, look at what they've done to our home.
Don't touch anything, because we'll have a look for fingerprints, see if we can track down. Are you still getting those calls?
I've had them, yeah, I've been having them.
When did you have your last one, Tina?
I've had some earlier today. You know, they don't say anything, I just pick it up and they don't say anything. I'm going to go and make myself a cup of tea now.
Okay, thank you.
Back at HQ, lead investigator Rory decides on a mid-morning nap. Team 1 have got access to interview Felicity about the dead baby. Their test is to spot any inconsistencies in her story.
Mrs. Wilmington, you're probably wondering why we're here. Yes. It's while our officers were doing the investigation in your mother's room, they seemed to find a secret part of the room, which...
Just wondering if you could tell us a little bit about the room, about your mother's room and the cupboard. Just take your time.
Yeah, please.
In your own words, please.
I must have been about 14, I think. It was the year after my mother died, and one day I felt this terrible pain in my stomach. When I looked down between my legs, there was this tiny baby. I put it in the cupboard in my mother's room. It was very small. Today you would say it was premature, I think. So I left it there. What else could I have done?
Team 1 already know that the baby was not premature. Felicity's story doesn't tally with the facts. But at this point, Richard, Merrill and Mel have all been taken in by the old lady's lies.
I think it's a very straightforward case of,
We know it's Felicity's baby, she's admitted it.
yeah, stillborn and didn't know what to do, put it
She
away.
was a kid, 14. What would you
years
do?
old.
In those days, you know, tell your
shock
father
horror.
and beat the crap out of you,
Yeah.
wouldn't he?
At the vicarage, Andrew tries the softly approach with Tina, while Nick collects evidence.
Tina? Don't mind me coming in, do you? Oh, this is your cat.
Yeah, it's funny.
So is Roger not well at the moment?
No, he's got terrible asthma.
Has he? Oh dear. How you doing, Nick?
Yeah, okay. We could get a sample of the paint. If I take one of these cards.
Yeah, that's a good idea, Nick.
Nick thinks the distinctive green paint could be important and collects some for further forensic analysis. Team 1 head back to HQ, still blissfully unaware they've been duped by Felicity.
Hi Rory, it's Richard. Just to let you know we'll be back with you in about 5-10 minutes. The baby's definitely Felicity's.
Top of the morning to you, Paddy.
Post-mortem report.
What, on the baby?
Yeah. A small stump of umbilical cord was still attached, indicating that death had occurred within 5 days of birth.
As a more detailed post-mortem arrives at HQ, it begins to dawn on Team 1 that Felicity may have been lying.
Does anybody want to read the post-mortem of the baby?
Yes, please.
It was a boy.
was a
Baby
boy.
But it's right, just say it's a full-term pregnancy. But we don't know, do we? I mean, everything that Felicity said in that room today could be crap. It could be, you know.
You calling Felicity a liar?
Yeah.
There's a bit of sexual tension going on between those two. And I think Melanie's, now that she's got rid of Mervyn out of the game, Melanie's trying to position herself.
It ripped my nipple off.
I think the one person who's been very clever and is playing very tactically is Mel. Because she's young and she's pretty and girly, people are believe that she's a bit more innocent than she is.
After leaving the vicarage, Andrew and Nick's next line of inquiry is to confront Trevor Doby as to why he was threatening Catherine. Back at HQ, Rory receives Catherine's mobile phone records. He phones Andrew and Nick to reveal that Trevor Doby called Catherine at 11:40, just minutes before she was attacked. This new information makes their line of inquiry even more important. Trevor Doby is still living in the annex at Creeksea. To pass their hidden test, Andrew and Nick will have to spot a key visual clue there.
Just going back to the phone call that you made to Catherine on the morning of the wedding.
Yeah.
We think perhaps that you could have been the last person to speak to Catherine. From her phone records, it was a 12-minute conversation. Can you recall what the conversation was about?
Well, she was a bit angry with me because, I don't know, I think I'd sort of let her down, really.
Over what?
Over her place down at Millfields, yeah.
What was that? What were you doing?
I was doing the guttering there. I was fixing the roof. It needs, you know, asphalting and stuff.
Can you remember what else you were talking about?
No, not really.
Right, okay. Trevor, is that a picture of the Wilmington house there on your right-hand side?
Oh, yeah, that's outside, isn't it?
Andrew has noticed that the photograph on the wall is identical to the one left by the killer in Catherine's grave.
That's my mum.
Mm-hmm. What's her name?
That's Dorothy.
All right. Who are the other people?
That's Felicity.
Uh-huh.
That's Charles, the old man. And I think that's Tony.
Did you have a few more questions for Trevor? No, not really.
Distracted by their find, Nick and Andrew leave without challenging Trevor about his threatening behaviour towards Catherine. This was specifically what the chief had asked them to do.
But see, when he went in, stood round by the fireplace and took the photograph, we got to ask about that. And when he got off on you, we had to ask about it. I woke up there for 5 minutes.
Back again. It was alright, kind of a strange one. But we found out, you know the picture in the book From the Grave? His mother's on it.
The maid?
Yeah, his mother's the maid.
Wow.
During the day, the killer clue necklace has been examined by an expert. Her report arrives at HQ via the webcam.
Looking at this piece, there's only one stone of significant value. The old cut diamond on the pendant is 1 3/4 carats and worth about £6,000. As for the necklace, I would say at auction no more than £6,000 or £8,000.
Jesus.
Oh.
It's not the necklace then?
It's not the necklace, no.
It's now halfway through the investigation, and there are still 7 suspects left. One of them murdered Catherine Pryor. Tina Wells claims to be the person that discovered Catherine's body. She's a suspect and a witness to the crime, but now she seems to be under threat. Tina decides to phone for help.
I've just had a call from Tina Wells, the vicar's wife. Someone has been in the church grounds. Now, she's been receiving nuisance phone calls and she's had some more, and she's very scared. So this is what we'll do. Team 2, I want you to go down and provide personal protection for Tina Wells. I want one of you to stay in the house with Tina Wells at all times. Don't let her out of your sight. And I want one of you in a vehicle outside the house watching the entrance to the vicarage. Right? Off you go then.
Lads, be careful out there.
Tina's been receiving phone calls, and now she's seen someone in the churchyard. She's also remembered a box that Catherine gave to her for safekeeping. She thinks it might be relevant to the case.
Hello, Tina.
Hello.
We called earlier today.
Yeah, thank you.
Can we come in for a second?
Okay.
Are you here on your own?
No, Roger's here, but he's in bed.
Right.
To provide protection for Tina Wells, Andrew will stay with her at all times. Nick will remain outside, guarding the entrance to the house.
So when did Catherine actually give you this box?
But I suppose it was a few weeks before she was killed. And then when I looked in it, it didn't really mean very much to me. She told me that she was working on this for Goldie's wedding.
It's a family tree,
So
is
this
it?
is the family tree, I guess, yeah.
Well, it seems all quiet at the moment.
Yeah.
Where's your cat today?
Oh, I don't know, they're out somewhere.
How many have
I've
you
got
got?
2.
Have you? We only saw one earlier. Where's it?
Oh, the other one was probably out and about.
What are they called?
They're called Flora and Franny.
Oh. Well, it's nice to see you with a smile on your face because you look pretty tensed up this morning.
It's nice to have you here, actually. I feel a bit more relaxed now.
That's all right.
I keep forgetting it's Saturday today. Wonder how Rod got on
Saturday,
doing
Sunday
Lottie.
tomorrow. And do we all know what day it is tomorrow?
What?
It's my birthday.
Is it, Mel?
Paddy, you can't get out on it.
Oh well.
No birthday shag either.
I know I didn't know her very long, but we just got very close.
Yeah.
You know, excuse me.
Okay.
Tina receives another phone call.
Will you come with me?
To fulfill his protection duties, Andrew has been trained never to let Tina out of his sight.
See, it's just gone dead. That's been happening. It's either gone dead or there's just been silence.
Hello, Nick.
Roger, Andrew.
Tina's just had another phone call.
At this point, Andrew should notice there are 8 messages on the answer phone.
Why are they doing this to us?
Let's go back to the kitchen.
Have you ever had anything waxed?
Why would I have things waxed?
If I was with any guy, I'd make him do his bikini line.
Well, at the moment, with the 2 young ones, it seems to be sex and all sorts. My mother always used to say, oh God, we're on the toilet talk again. It always ends in bottoms and things.
Oh God, if he wants me to go down there, it's got to be hygienic. I'm quite open to it, you know, the whole world has sex and things like that, why hide it? You haven't quite hit puberty yet, have you, Rory?
Exactly.
Still shooting spud water.
I will have a little drop of tea if you've got
Will
some
you?
to spare.
Of course I have.
Thank you.
To be honest, it's nice to just keep busy. I feel like I'm finding it hard to just sit down.
Hello, Nick.
Roger, Andrew.
Anything happening?
No, it's very, very quiet. Absolutely nothing going on.
Okay, Nick.
Is your tea all right?
Fine.
I don't know. Will you come with me? Yeah.
Nick.
Roger.
Noises upstairs.
Noises upstairs.
What? Help me with him! You had one up here! Can you help me with him? Sit him up!
Nick!
Help me with him! I'll get you one from downstairs, there's a
Andrew, what's that? Is that you?
Roger. Help me! No, just let go a minute.
Andrew, whereabouts are you?
Fucking hell.
It's all right.
There's been an incident here. Nick?
What is it?
It's Tina. She ran downstairs to get the inhaler. Roger wouldn't let me. He's upstairs having an attack.
Hello, incident room. Rory speaking.
Rory. We need backup or something. Tina's been attacked. There's tons of blood and she's been dragged out the back of the house.
Roger!
There's blood everywhere. She might be in a bad way.
All right, that's good. Phone the chief, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Tina Wells has been attacked.
God almighty. That's a fail.
What a nightmare they're having.
Tina!
Where's Tina?
Just take it easy, calm down.
Is Roger okay?
Roger wants his wife.
What should we do? Should we go out? I've shouted for Tina, there's no answer.
He's having an attack upstairs. He wants to see his wife. Where's Tina? Can you see her?
It looks like the blood trails down into the garden.
The uniformed police arrive at the scene, and a search of the garden shows no sign of Tina. Andrew and Nick are relieved of their duties and told to return to HQ.
That was a bit scary.
This is
interesting.
Catherine can give her this to look after.
All right. Oh, so it's a load of Wilmington stuff.
All right. Another eventful night.
Bastard nightmare.
We got rid of another witness, all right. We killed her. Is she dead? She is now. We're inside the house, all right. Just
No.
We've gone inside the house, and there's a hell of a kerfuffle upstairs. So
Did you not go with her?
No, she's just going to check on Roger.
But you were told to stay with her all the time.
Yeah.
All right, but anyway,
hang on. Yeah, that wouldn't have made any difference in the context of what happened.
What was the first personal protection technique we were taught?
Yeah, we wouldn't have made no difference because he's a big bloke. And somebody has come through the garden door, butchered her, blood all over the place, down to the garden. And it's absolute chaos.
Psycho nightmare.
It was a good night. I enjoyed it.
Shut the fence. Stop the fence. Shut the
He
fence.
just said that.
What did you did see that there? You stand there. He goes to get there. What's the first thing you told? You were told shut the fence. Rang the got there.
Two people in Team 1 aren't my cup of tea. Richard is rather aloof. He's not got a great personality or sense of humour. knows virtually everything. Probably should be in charge of UN. Meryl's got a cabaret, lives in the Cotswolds, dinner parties. Probably a bit of a snob, and I don't like them.
The group are eager to investigate the box that Andrew brought back from the vicarage.
Where's the family tree?
Richard is first to discover the dictaphone inside.
14th of the 10th.
There's probably something recorded on it.
You're supposed to play things, electronic things.
No, because
bag it, just bag it now.
Andrew is tired, hungry, and near breaking point. He needs a hot meal and the support of his colleagues.
I mean, I mustn't laugh because I haven't done the killer's game yet, so... Actually, nobody here has except Andrew.
No, none of us have done it.
And you've done it for three of us.
Rory begins his first case conference at the end of an eventful day. Before he gets into his stride, there's a visit from the chief. He wants details of Tina's abduction. As Andrew recounts the evening's events, the chief receives a phone call.
Right, that's one of my boys. A local farmer has reported a disturbance on his land. So they've sent a team of sniffer dogs down with an item of Tina Wells' clothing, and there's a big search operation going on.
Steady, steady.
So I want Team 1 to go down and join the sniffer dog team. We must find Tina Wells.
Never putting a lipstick on. I don't want to get cold sore.
It was so surreal. It was amazing. I mean, we got to this farm in the middle of nowhere, pitch black.
You need to turn the corner. Hurry up.
Okay, thank you.
I see you. What have you found? What have you found? Come on.
And we were like really high up and looking down these tankers.
Down here. There you go.
It was just so weird because you always think to yourself, God, I wonder what a dead body looks like.
Tina, can you hear me?
And there she was with sort of blood down the walls, splattered across the floor, looking pretty dead.
Hi, it's Richard. We're at a farm. Can't actually tell you the location where we are at the moment, but we've got Tina here. Doesn't look good.
Team 1 think they're looking at a real corpse and head for base. Maybe this excuses them for overlooked blood-drenched calling card left by the killer. Day 1 has ended disastrously with the brutal murder of Tina Wells.
Oh, Christ.
Who was making threatening phone calls to Tina? And is Felicity really the mother of the dead baby?
Right. Last night was a disaster. Tina is dead. What have you got to say for yourselves?
Tina Wells has become the second murder victim. She's therefore eliminated, leaving only 6 suspects.
After you left, the sniffer dogs found something else. A pig's heart with a knife through it. And 3 more Polaroids showing 2 locations for the next killer's game.
The next killer game locations will be the Dark Woods and the Boatyard.
Team 2, you took your eye off the ball, and now Tina's dead. Nick, what about these nuisance phone calls?
She was still getting them. She got them in the morning before the burglary, and when Andrew was there, we believe she got some more.
Did you check the answer phone? Did you listen to any of the calls?
No, Chief.
Did you?
No, Chief.
No. Well, I did. This is what I found.
You're sick, twisted little bitch. Why won't you talk? What's the matter with you? Why won't you talk?
So, Nick, Andrew, who do you think that was?
That's Dean Garrity.
Why do you think he's threatening Tina?
Because it was at the wake that Tina was really slanging Dean off to Nick and I. She was making it quite clear that she didn't like him and she didn't like the way he was behaving.
Well, we need to find out, don't we?
Yeah.
Let's talk about this box of Catherine's property that Tina handed to you. What was in it?
It looked like Wilmington family tree stuff. A dictaphone was in there and some other paperwork from years ago, photographs.
This is the dictaphone. Have you looked at the tape inside?
Yes, I have. It was made on the 14th of October. It was about the time that Catherine allegedly broke into Creeksea Place.
Very good. The exhibit officer has made a copy of the tape. Let's find out what's on it.
There we go. It's a new tape now. What was I saying? Oh yes, Creeksea. Oh yeah, Creeksea. I was there all through the war. Were you happy at that time? No dear. No. I wasn't happy at all. We were all treated like dirt. They treat us. They're not good old days. No. Who do you mean? I think he died. He died. Who died? Who are you talking about?
Sorry, dear, I've asked you already.
Will only be a minute.
It's 4:15 now, and visit's finished at 4. I'm sorry.
Enjoy your breakfast. It was so sweet. Who do you mean? They should be punished. One day they'll pay, especially her. Who should pay? Who?
That's enough. He's upset now.
What did you hear?
Catherine talking to, was it Felicity?
No.
I thought it was
the maid.
maid.
It was Trevor's mother, because she said that she worked at the house during the war years, and we know that Trevor's mother was a maid at Wilmington House during the war years, and that box came from the Wilmington household. So, a bit tenuous, but you could put the two together and say it was Trevor's mother.
What's Trevor's mother's name?
Dorothy.
Dorothy. What do you think they're talking about?
I felt she was talking about the baby because she said it was so small. The baby that Felicity says was hers, that was found in the secret cupboard, I think. Maybe it wasn't Felicity's baby at all. Maybe it belonged to the maid. Is that far-fetched? I don't know.
But I think it'd be quite interesting to find out who the father of that baby is. Because, say, for example, Felicity's father impregnated the maid, surely some of the property would go to Trevor Dobie.
Interesting theory. Where do you think the interview was recorded?
At an old people's home or something.
An old people's home? Why would you say that?
Because I heard somebody coming in the background saying I had to go now.
I think Rory was on the nose, because there were questions there. Can I get your tablets for you? And then someone said you're going to get backache sitting like that.
There are 3 old people's homes in the area. I want you to get in touch with each of them, see if you can find out where the interview took place. Right, Team 1, your line of inquiry yesterday was to interview the Wilmingtons. What did you find out?
That Felicity seems to say that the baby was hers and that nobody knows about this baby.
You say Felicity seems to say.
Yeah.
I detect some doubt.
Now there's doubt, yeah. Because now
Why?
it looks like that the baby could possibly be Dorothy's.
What did Felicity say about the baby?
She felt it was premature, but in fact we know from the pathologist this was a full-term baby.
Exactly. Team 2, yesterday you questioned Trevor Dobie. Did you confront him with the information that Catherine felt threatened by him?
When we spoke to Trevor Dobie, we know quite a lot about him.
Did you confront him with the information that Catherine felt threatened by him? That's what I asked you to do. Did you?
No, Chief.
We did.
Did he admit to threatening Catherine?
No, absolutely not.
What did he say when you put to him that Catherine felt threatened by him? Or didn't you ask the question, Andrew?
Didn't ask the question, Chief.
Thank you, Andrew. I want you to go back and interview Trevor and find out why he was threatening Catherine. After that, I want you to question Dean about the threatening phone calls to Tina and find out where he was last night. Do you understand?
Yes, Chief.
Things have got to improve round here. We do not want any more suspects ending up like Tina. Do you understand?
Andrew and Nick head off to revisit Trevor Dobie.
See you later, Rory.
See you later, boys. Stick to your lines of inquiry. Okay. Be careful out there.
As soon as the coast is clear, Rory sneaks upstairs for a little power nap. This time, Team 2 must confront Trevor Dobie about threatening Catherine.
Who says that I've been threatening Catherine?
We don't know the source, but that's come on. Now, what have you got to say about that? Have you been threatening her in any way?
It's just not true.
So, not physically or mentally in any way?
No.
Okay, Trevor. Anything else you want to ask Trevor?
No, that's fine. Yeah.
I don't see we've done much wrong there, do you?
No.
I can't think possibly what we've done wrong there.
Andrew and Nick may think they've done well, but they've completely failed to get a vital clue out of Trevor.
Oi! Excuse me. Just all this stuff about me and Catherine, right? Has that got anything to do with Luke being Anya's dad?
Yeah.
Catherine told me that Jay is Anya's father. Because I didn't know that I was Anya's father. I'd always thought
it was Jay.
It was Jay.
All right, Trevor, thanks very much. So that's what we had to find out. Thank you. So did you get it all?
The dictaphone found in Catherine's box has now thrown doubt on Felicity's story.
They should be punished. One day, okay, especially her.
Especially her. Felicity.
Team 1 have at last come to the conclusion that Felicity was lying and the baby was in fact Dorothy's.
Once all this is out, whoever finds out that Felicity killed this baby.
I don't think Felicity did.
I think she was a spoiled little brat and stole the baby. She's like, I want it.
Richard jumps into the driving seat and starts ringing around the local rest homes.
Hello, Sunny Meadows. Hi there, good morning. My name's Richard Sharon.
The one person who still isn't gelling with the group is Richard.
We're trying to find out if you've got a lady by the name of Dorothy Dobie perhaps staying with you.
No, it's mostly male residents here.
Right.
Because when we first arrived here, he was the first leader. I don't think he's ever kind of lost it. I think he still thinks he is the leader.
That's great, well thanks very much for your help.
All right,
thanks,
bye-bye.
Tony. Bye.
Richard is very good. He's very intense. I think he's much more ambitious than he lets on. I think he is one of them who would really like to win this, like to prove himself. I'm the best.
Hello, Lisa, residential home.
Hi, good morning. Sorry to trouble you. My name's Richard Sharon.
I think Rory's found it hard and found it irritating. He sits in Rory's chair, he's always on the phone, he talks over Rory, and I think tomorrow when it comes to voting out, I think Rory will have no choice but to pick Richard.
Hello, Richard Sharon.
Rory was an absolutely diabolical choice as the team leader. He's shown no leadership whatsoever, doesn't know what's going on in the incident room, doesn't know what's going on with the inquiry, and is not really interested in the investigation in the first place.
Okay, well that's great. Well thank you very much for the help and we'll look forward to seeing you this afternoon.
Team 1 set off for the rest home. They think they've found the place where Catherine made the dictaphone recording. They also think the old lady on the tape was Dorothy, Trevor Dobie's mother.
Do you happen to have a Dorothy that is a resident here? Just as a wild guess.
We did have a Dorothy, but she's passed away recently.
How recently?
A couple of weeks ago.
Oh
no. I'm just trying to think who might be able to help. We do have a gentleman that sits by the window and he looks and takes all the comings and goings in, called Arthur.
Would Arthur mind if we chatted with him?
Yeah, but just come this way, please.
To pass their hidden test, they'll have to remember a specific detail about the case, the date on the dictaphone tape.
Be here.
Dorothy, yes.
And do you remember her having a visitor about 6 weeks ago? A young girl.
She's about 30 years old, slim, about 5'3", blonde hair.
That does ring a bell, yes, but have you any idea of the exact date this happened?
It was the 14th of October. It was a Monday. Can you remember Monday?
14th of October.
Keep a diary, do you?
Yes, not a lot else to do. Yes, 14th of October. Dorothy Travers had a visit, a nice-looking young lady.
That's the one.
And they seemed to spend hours chatting. Dorothy seemed to be very upset.
Did you know Dorothy well, Arthur?
Oh.
Where she worked or what her life was
she
like?
was in service.
Oh, was she?
Yes, a maid servant up in Creeksea. Yes, the Lymington's house.
Would that be
Wilmington's house? Wilmington's house, yes.
Yes.
And from what I gathered, she didn't have many happy memories of it.
Oh, how sad. How sad. Well, thank you. You've been very, very helpful.
Very good, yes. Thank you very much for your time.
Yes.
It appears the dead baby found at Creeksea belonged to Trevor Dobie's mother, Dorothy. But why did Felicity lie? And what relevance does this have in solving the murder of Catherine Pryor? Team 2 still have one line of inquiry to complete. Andrew and Nick must question Dean Garrity and establish if he has an alibi for last night at the time of Tina's abduction. Team 2's hidden test will be to look out for evidence that could prove Dean's whereabouts last night.
Dean, hello. Have you got some free time? We can have a chat with you.
Look, I've got so much work to do, and...
Right, okay. As you're busy then, straight to the point. We were with Tina Wells yesterday, and we know you made contact with her. Why were you ringing Tina Wells?
Because I wanted to speak to her.
What was it about?
Talking about me.
Pardon?
Spreading gossip.
Did you get to speak to her?
No. I'll get her soon, though.
So you came back to work yesterday?
Yeah.
What time did you start and what time did you leave?
Probably about 10 o'clock. I was there till about 1, 2 in the morning.
When you were here then till 1 in the morning, did you make any phone calls? Anybody visit?
I was on my computer.
Okay.
Got a lot of work to catch up on.
Okay, sure.
Right, Dean, we may want to speak to you again at some stage, okay?
What for?
We don't know. The investigation's still progressing, and you've been a great help so far. We'll let you get on with your work.
Thank you.
Okay, Dean, thanks very much.
Right. He doesn't know Tina Wells is dead. That was the thing, wasn't it, really? He's a bugger, he is, isn't he? He's so outgoing.
I found him a bit of a challenge.
Oh, yeah.
Today, it's Mel's 22nd birthday.
Right from day one of training school, we knew it was Mel's 22nd birthday. I mean, I almost feel as though she came up to me and said, "Hello, my name's Mel and I'm 22 soon."
It's my birthday tomorrow. It's my birthday tomorrow. It's my birthday. It's my birthday.
Throughout the day, secret party preparations have been going on behind Mel's back.
I've got a card for you to sign.
Andrew marks the occasion by penning a poem from one of Mel's secret admirers.
Mel's so sexy, Mel's so sweet. To sleep with you would be such a treat. Your eyes, your lips, your breast divine. Perhaps tonight you will be mine.
But behind the smiles, personal rifts are emerging.
Oh, I think this is a masterpiece. This is a Victoria sandwich, Andrew.
Okay.
If that means anything to you, which is a very basic sponge cake.
I don't like cake, so it doesn't bother me.
That's a very selfish attitude, Rory. That's for Mel.
I
And
know
if it's
that
like,
there.
if it's
you
like
said, you
custard,
said don't eat it then. I goes, I don't like cake. I only answered your question.
Rory's relationship with Meryl in particular, I feel, has deteriorated.
doesn't like me one bit. I'm not sure that Rory holds me in any great esteem. I think he probably thinks I'm a silly old woman.
He's struggling to deal with Richard, and Richard and Merrill are quite close. So it's almost as though he's starting to dislike Merrill by association.
No, he's going to vote for me.
If Rory doesn't pick Richard tonight, he'll pick Merrill.
I think Rory will vote for me. No. Oh, yes.
I pretty much think this is my time over.
Birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Melanie. Happy birthday to you.
Excellent. Oh, do I get to make a wish?
Yeah.
You do. Guess who's going to win the game?
Hey! Mel. She's very sweet, but my God, she's lived a life that I would never live, and I think she could probably be quite ruthless.
You know where this is going, don't you?
Madonna!
I didn't actually. Like a virgin.
Some hope.
Take off the top and do what I say.
I'm so chuffed. I'm going to go to bed just grinning. No, Rory, you're not going to be with me.
Don't flatter yourself, love.
Oh.
I think Mel's got a game plan.
Oh, you know? She's showing her feminine side, anyway.
Things have changed a lot. The unpredictability of it all is really knocking our confidence, I think. We're not sure who our friends are and how it's going to end.
It's time to choose who will play the killer's game tonight. Team 1, Merrill, Richard and Mel. On day 1, you went to interview Felicity at the hotel. Felicity told you the baby that was found in Alice's room at Creeksea was her baby, and it was born premature. But you noticed the discrepancy in what she said, because the pathologist report had said it was a full-term baby. That was good work. On day 2, you rightly identified the old folks' home that Catherine had visited. You went there and questioned one of the residents. Let's take a look.
Yes, here, 14th of October. Dorothy Travers had a visitor, a nice-looking young lady.
Who spotted the date on the tape?
I did, Chief.
You've uncovered some very important evidence at this stage of the inquiry. You've done very well over the last 2 days. So Merrill, Richard and Mel, I am passing you on your lines of inquiry, and you will not be up for the group vote for the killer's game tonight. Well done.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chief.
Team 2, Andrew and Nick. On day 1, you went to interview Trevor Doby. While you were there, you noticed a photograph which was identical to the one that was found in Catherine's grave. Who noticed that first?
I did, Chief. I saw it up on the shelf there as you were sat at the table.
Excellent, Andrew. You went to visit Dean at the car showrooms. You went to ask him why he was making threatening calls and where he was last night. Let's take a look.
So you came back to work yesterday?
Yeah.
What time did you start and what time did you leave?
Probably about 10 o'clock. I was there till about 1, 2 in the morning.
When you were here then till 1 in the morning, did you make any phone calls? Anybody visit?
I was on my computer.
What about the computer?
That will have a log of everything he's worked on. It looks like he works on the computer late at night.
Did you take it away? Might it not be vital evidence?
Could prove to be an alibi for him, but we weren't in a position where we could take that.
You should have taken the computer away.
It wasn't the right time. We don't have enough evidence against him.
A murder investigation is not always about finding the person that's guilty. It's about eliminating the innocent. So yet again, Team 2, I had to send somebody in to do the job for you. My boys took a look at the computer. Not only was Dean on the computer last night, but he also sent an email on the day of Catherine's murder. This email proves he was at the car showroom at the time Catherine was murdered. Dean Garrity is cleared as a suspect. We are now down to 5 suspects, and soon we will be down to 5 investigators. Because Andrew and Nick, I am failing you on your lines of inquiry. And one of you will be playing the killer's game tonight.
Andrew and Nick are the only 2 investigators up for the vote. All the investigators will vote for either Andrew or Nick, apart from Rory, the lead investigator. He has the power to vote for any of the remaining investigators. The rest of the group will vote in secret, upstairs.
Mel, who are you voting for tonight, and why?
I'm going to have to vote for Andrew again, just because he still seems to be the weakest person in the group.
Tonight I'll be voting for Nick. It's not the first time that Nick has led a team where they've made some simple errors which have led to the loss of some vital evidence.
I'm afraid it's Andrew again, Chief. I do take it in general as to whom I feel is the weakest investigator. And in my opinion, it is Andrew, I'm afraid.
Tonight I have to vote for Andrew. I feel that we failed equally, but the rules of the game is that I can't vote for myself, so my vote has to go to Andrew.
Hello, Andrew.
We've been here before, Chief.
We have indeed. Andrew.
Chief.
Who are you voting for tonight, and why?
I'm voting for Nick, Chief, because he's the only one I can vote for.
How did you think your team did in the investigation over the last couple of days?
On reflection, Chief, not well. Made a few mistakes. So I'm sorry about the murder, Chief.
These things happen.
They do, Chief. They seem all to be happening to me, though, Chief, at the moment. I need some Valium if you can't hear.
I have the results of the voting here. The first person to play the killer's game tonight will be Andrew. The second person will be chosen by the lead investigator. Rory, please tell the group who you are choosing and give your reasons why, please.
My nomination this week is a tactical vote, and I'm going to nominate who I feel is the strongest person in the group, and that is Meryl.
Andrew and Meryl must now choose an envelope. Each envelope contains a location from the killer. They each have to search a location for the killer's clue. One of them will find the clue, the other will meet the killer and be eliminated from the game.
Meryl, would you like to choose first?
The lethal locations are predetermined and locked in a safe. The chief has no idea where the killer will be waiting.
The old docks.
Dark woods, Chief.
You have 1 hour to prepare yourselves for the killer's game. Good luck. I think you are going to need it.
Well, it's the 2 old ones, eh, Andrew? Can you do it a 4th time, my
No,
love?
definitely not. Definitely not. It's a law of averages.
Told you so.
I'm not staying in this room on my own.
Well, you might not have to.
You have to come back.
Bye, lass. Look after yourself. It was a lovely birthday.
One thing's for certain, we won't see each other again, mate.
Bye, Meryl.
Fucking 4 times. Look after yourself. We're going.
And you, mate.
Please come back. Thank you for being so supportive. Not happy at all at Meryl being sent out. Yes, it's a game, and yes, there is tactical voting, but you don't stand up in front of your peers and tell them that you're now playing a tactical game. I think it's pretty disgusting, personally.
Good luck.
Bye, Will.
Good luck.
Andrew and Meryl are blindfolded and travel separately to their locations. They are both rigged with infrared cameras and sent out into the darkness alone. Both are hoping to find the clue, but one will come face to face with the killer.
Oh shit!
Jesus Christ, Mama Mary!
Oh no, I can't sleep on my own. I can't sleep on my own.
Well done. God almighty, Struth.
Fucking hell.
You alright? You alright? I'll be able to sleep with you. I'll be able to sleep with you. Don't worry. Don't worry, nothing's going to be happening.
Against all the odds, Andrew has now survived his fourth killer's game.
Oh God.
I knew it was going to be
Oh,
I knew it.
This man's a butcher. This man is a serial butcher.
How many dead people in the woods this time?
One in a bath full of blood. 3 dead sheep with their guts hanging out. Under these boots and stuff. I'm sick to death of this. Honest, I'm sick to death of this.
Right.
I'm glad to see you all. Bloody hell. If I had £2 million and won it, was on every chat show under the sun, had a world cruise, and had to spend a month in bed with page 3 girls, it would not be worth it.
Next week on The Murder Game.
I vote for Nick to be the next lead investigator.
As lead investigator, Nick inherits the power to vote for any one of the group. Will it be Andrew, Richard, Rory or Mel?
Got a Snickers bar I can share between us.
Andrew gets marooned on an island with Richard. And a key suspect is kidnapped and held to ransom.
They're gonna kill me.
Turn to BBC 3 now for more on Inside HQ. Digital viewers press red, see the killer's clue brought back by Andrew, and see if you can solve the case.